Phew, that was a close one. I know you were giving it all. Get your. I know you were giving it your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. Felt like I was pretty close to dying myself. But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, tricked everyone into believing you. Thanks. Like, tricked? That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right? Lies. By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? I'm pretty sure it's Lutta Hart. Guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose, me and my sister's ghost will come after you and haunt you. Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Mia? Yeah. Do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that. The court will now reconvene. Now, the first order of... Ow. I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy. Yes, sir. Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. Witness, is your name and occupation, if you'll please? Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? I'm just fine. Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know. Yowza. Name and occupation. I declare what incarnation. Hey, Judge, this here's violence against my fair self. That's fine. That's fine. That ain't fine. That's a whip. Bah. There is no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder. I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. The name's Lutta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify. Now, let's all be one big happy family, okay? I had an urge to make a joke and then decided it was too much. There's too much whipping happening. Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door and then bang! We hear the gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place? Reckon course. Excusez-moi. Reckon course, it's short for you reckon, of course I did. Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. Wah wah wah. The moment of truth. What will be in that picture? Let's see here. Here's the picture. It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room. Oh, that's photo. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. Hold up. Let me look. Longer Maya-styled hair. Guys in the middle on the pads, down. Nothing obvious that I can see. Wait. Wasn't the plant on the other side? Now there's two plants. Was it really only those two that went in? What are you blabbering about? You were there too, were you not? Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them? Yes, Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two that went into the room. Hold on, we can't have the defense testifying against its own client. Anyway, folks, only the two of them went into the channeling chamber, you hear? But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness continue. Was it really a gunshot? Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot? I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot. And why are we here listening to the defense testify? And the world becomes just a little crueler. Heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I'll tell you that it was a gunshot I heard. Now this is where the story heats up. So let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down. Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then? Yes, Miss Von Karma, I broke the door down, sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition? No need for apologizing, that was great. You're a real man. Oh really? That's something I would have liked to see. The judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign. And what did you see once you broke in? Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey? Sure, I'm sure. Lada seems awfully confident about her testimony. Lada, please think back to that day one more time. What you getting at? Remember what you said when we broke into the room? Was murdered. Lada. Pictures. Bad things. When you saw the murderer at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not, am I correct? Well, you see. Order, Miss Hart, you are here to present accurate testimony. Yeah, sorry. Good. This shifts things back to my side. For the defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when the two entered the channeling chamber. When they entered. One of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Maya. Looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey. Exactly. I'm trapped like one. Rats, and I'm trapped like one again. Are you absolutely certain of that? Sure am. But that old witch chased us out of the room, so... Sniffle, sniffle. Old witch. Does she mean Morgan Fey? But there was no one else in there, and you know it. The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about... behind the folding screen? Under the floor. What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there? Wreck given. What the? Wreck given, you know? You reckon? That's a given. I took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. If I may have a word with you, Ms. Art. What, you got a problem? Wreck given? I mean, I am having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you would stop saying such things as Rick, oh fuck. Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony or don't you? Just as I thought there's nothing wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Enough. It seems that there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony. At the time of the crime, only two people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey. The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant. What am I gonna do if I just let this go? What is it, Mr. Rat? You look as if you have something to say. If I make one wrong move, I'm gonna have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in the photo? Good God. Don't think so. She is also never known defeat. That's gonna be a real heartbreaker, Francesca. Franziska. Franziska? I can't logic leap anything. That's not to say it's not there, but I don't understand it. Well, Mr. Rat. Nothing, Your Honor. That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix, right? You really should give up trying to prove this is not my affair. I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument. That's enough. Is this it? Is this all I can do? I think it's quite obvious to this court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible. I told you. Totally 100% impossible. Miss Von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness? Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed. What about the defense? No further questions, I presume? What about your other photo? I couldn't protect Maya. The defense... Phoenix. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Yeah. Oh shit. Okay, possessing Pearl is a bridge too far, girl. Come on. Come on. What are you doing? I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? But Pearl. Her clothes are a bit small. Just a bit? Just a bit. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go. But how? She's already taken away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully. One more time about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Dr. Gray. I was married. Wait, click. Lotta, now. You see, there's one final piece to this puzzle. Yeah? Question Lotta one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period. Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Rat. The cross-examination is already ended. Furthermore, any other— It's fine, I'll allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect. Absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that? But, I have some place I must be after this. Okay, I'll allow it. Miss Hart, hurry and give us another testimony. Thank you, Judge EYG. Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber. Okay, you go, got it. See? You got through to the judge somehow, right? It's her whip. But sure, I'll take it. Actually, it was Von Karma's— yeah, it was Von Karma's whip that got through them. When we broke into the room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was kinda scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. Nothing sounds different from before. Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those sections. Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am waiting. So, what'd she look like? You know, she looked almost like a different person. Different person. She may have seemed like a different person, however, she was still Maya Fey. We have already made that point abundantly clear. Yes, that is true. Well then, Miss Hart, did you happen to see anything else? Scared of the dead body. Then perhaps the body was not Dr. Gray's. Eh? Well, frickin' that's possible. If the body inside of that room was not that of Dr. Gray, then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Well, what if it was that of the Maya Fey after the channeling, or maybe... Ow. Stop it. If that were the case, then that would mean that Maya Fey is dead. And that would make the defendant's chair quite a lonely place, wouldn't it? Sorry, Maya. Are y'all done here? Can I continue? And even knowing that, you still persisted in being a paranormal photographer. That's why I'm getting out of this here business. This gal's gonna get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on. She goes through jobs faster than a baby through diapers. Die. Miss Phoenix Wright, would it kill you to stay on topic? Well, would it? Nice, tag teamed in stereo. Guess I should be grateful it's not fighting one. Two, right? Two what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots. But only one has been submitted as evidence. Miss Hart, where is the other picture you've been withholding? No, you got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil. Well, at least she knows herself. And why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet? Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. Huh? Von Karma. Miss Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence. Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this. You're as bad as your father. Get her, Judgy Wudgy. So mad that even my throat's clenching up. Let's let the judge handle this. Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court? I thought this picture was not important, and thus felt no need to submit it. That is all. How could you think? The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth? How can you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. There's no bullet hole. What is this picture? It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. It's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur. Oh, I think the important part here is the person in the picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. What is the meaning of this? This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? I don't think we should fight that one, because Von Karma knows it. We've been through this before. It's not like you, Mr. Wright. Why are you not objecting? This person in this photo is clearly not the defendant, and yet... There is no way he can raise an objection and hope to live. Explain yourself. Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. This was taken yesterday at the detention center visitors room. Really, apparently Maya and now Pearl need to carry around a backup shirt. That is way too big for them. because somebody won't leave them alone, and they are not equipped for what they bring along with them. This is Mr. Phoenix right and to defend Maya Fey during his visit. Maya Fey? But isn't this a totally different person? She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. It's unbelievable, Shigen. Yet it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. Miss Von Karma, a word if I may. Yeah. Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that that picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously I know this picture is illegal. But I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What's she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. I don't even have a single witted line. It looks like we've been had. I don't claim to understand this, and I do not believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant Maya Fey? If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it'll cost me. Is there any way I can prove that the person in this picture is not Maya? I think I can. Your Honor, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see. This picture? Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now. Contradiction? So, you think you've spotted the problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Why don't you point out exactly what is so strange in this picture for us? There should be a hole here. Please direct your attention here. To the sleeve. But there isn't anything odd about it. And that's exactly what's so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Stop it, controller. Control yourself. Should be there. There is a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence. You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. Alright, that should do some major damage to our argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. She's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again. Well, that, and she is directly across from Mia, who is currently in Pearl's clothes. That might invoke some weird facials. Jumping the gun again, I see, Your Honor. I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools. What do you mean? And what incompetent fools? If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case. I see. She's lying through her teeth. That woman knew about everything, the bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Francisca Von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that the detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Poor gumshoe. You don't deserve that. In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting there was none. The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. With all you've got, it is one shot, alright? Got it. Watch this, man. Your Honor. There's only one logical explanation for the contradiction. Shoot her somebody else. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person clearly does not. There can be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray wasn't the defendant, but a different person altogether. What? Order. If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Stop. Why me? The defense's argument is a complete mess. A complete mess? I fail to see how. Enlighten us. Hey, witness. What the heck? Is that any way to ask a gal a favor? Be quiet. You were the one who said there was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know, if you were lying, I swear that my VIP will be the last thing you see. Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... I swear I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see, now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix, right? Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from? Why is it lately all I wanted to do is cry? Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix, right? Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix. Can't believe that even me is calling me by my full name. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? And enough yet, Mr. Phoenix, right? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? Turn things around, huh? That's right. You would always turn things around and change your perspective. Phoenix, so where did this intruder appear from and where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either of those conditions were true... Mr. Rat, let's hear what you've come up with. I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is... there is only one key. We don't necessarily know that there's only one key, but if we assume there's only one key, then they would have had to have gotten it somehow. Right? Even though we were in the next room, she would have had to have left. I don't fucking know. I think it's what the game wants. Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this. How a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming the foolishly foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt, Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary. Come, Chu. Let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murderer until the time of the arrest, the defendant had left the room. I have this key. Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Oh, well, I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the room from the inside with that. The defendant herself locks the door? Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. The key's the only one of its kind, after all. Okay, there is only one. One of a kind, you say? Wait, Mr. Phoenix, right? Yes? Looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession? Huh? What do you mean? If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her. Agreed. However, she didn't have the key at the time of her arrest. Ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. Well, I don't know if we know that. As a matter of fact, looking at everything here, it seems like a good way to get rid of both Maya and, you know, well, more importantly, if this was orchestrated by her aunt, and this is a really good opportunity to get rid of Maya, utilizing a powerful channeler to summon someone, as it were, that would be able to both frame Maya and execute the killing. That being the dead nurse. But I don't think... Well, I don't know, but I don't really think that she's got the power necessary to channel appropriately, but we know that Pearl does. So my only problem with going down this route is it immediately puts Pearl in the crosshairs, unless we can prove that Morgan here can channel as well, successfully. Because I'd rather not change Maya for a Pearl. That's preposterous. This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she hadn't, then I would not be holding the key you see before you. No. It seems we've come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Karma? How can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case? How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix, right? I'm a prodigy. I have never lost a case, neither had your father. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. Don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict. That's a dangerous mindset. That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned. Defendant lobby number 3. Wow, that was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis? Yeah, I felt I had no choice. Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah, it's not like anyone else in there could have done that. Nick, I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room. Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like, what happened in that room, for instance? Yeah, I'm counting on you. Oh, I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. Alright, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets? Huh? A ticket? Poor thing. So sheltered. Probably should have structured this slightly different. That or these are just longer. I feel like I could have gotten this all in one sitting. Part of me feels like I should. But we'll just have to wait. Now that I am feeling a bit better, it shouldn't be nearly as long as a delay. Of a delay. And then we'll be back to it. And then we will, once again, get Maya out of jail. Hopefully she doesn't wind up back in there before the end of the game.